Welcome to Push with Love. Today we have Dr. Michelle Mras, which is a very special guest for me. She has inspired me in one of the hardest points in my life. So thank you, and please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you for that beautiful compliment. And wow, we met a while ago, didn't we? And anyways, tell you about myself. Well, I'm an international speaker, but I'm a communications coach, and that's how I met you. I was judging a contest, is what I believe, and I was giving you some feedback. And as a communications coach, I help people touch into who they truly are and what their message really was so that they can present it better. And on top of all of that communication stuff and speaking things, I'm a 50-time author, a 30-time best-selling author, two-time international bestseller, and I've done some movies, IMDb, check out my name. I've done some sci-fi movies. And then I also put out a music album of kind of jazzy stuff. And I think that's about me. I live life big.
Beautiful. I love it. I try to do the same thing. I try to live as big as possible. And I've really been trying to push myself just to kind of keep growing and going here, even though, circumstances. But the one thing that you have really helped me with is resilience. So the just learning a little bit about your story and what you've had to go through to keep going, and it kind of allowed me to have inspiration to just pick myself back up and keep going when I didn't really want to. So when you are approaching this idea of living unapologetically, well, what does that necessarily mean to you?
Well, one, you don't do anything with bad intentions. Okay. So when I say unapologetic, I'm not saying go out, be the worst person you want to be and don't apologize. No, that's not what I mean. It's unapologetically is growing up. I was always walking like three steps behind men, especially. And then I would always say, oh, I'm sorry. If they ran into me, I would say, oh, I'm sorry. I got in your way. I was always hiding my space and giving everyone else more space. And anything I said or anything I did, I would always apologize. And I'm like, why am I doing that? Why am I shrinking to fit everyone else's narrative? And one day, well, after a couple of my traumatic events, I went, you know what? I'm done. I'm done saying sorry to everybody. And if they step on me, I'm going to look at them and walk away. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm so sorry you stepped on me. That's how that came about was life is too precious to play small. And when we're given gifts, I don't want to get to the pearly gates of heaven and say, yeah, you gave me all these gifts, but I was too scared to use them. And, someone else wanted to do it, so I let them. I want to go in and say, yeah, like a fiery ball. And they do, holy smokes, thank you so much for using every gift we gave you. Good job. Do you want to go back? That's what I want to hear.
I love it. I love it. I feel the same way. I feel like if we could get out of our own way and just realize that we are here to take up space, we are here to, like you said, live unapologetically, but without causing harm. I think that's really the big difference with some people is, they're like, yeah, I'm going to live life to the fullest and I don't care who I hurt. And it's like, well, you can't really blunt. You got to keep it on the straight and narrow. You can't just
Yeah.
go hog wild.
Yeah. You only live once. Go do it. No, no, no. There's different things about that.
Yeah, yeah, you do have to be considerate.
Yes.
So, when you're going through these, and you might not have this experience, but if you're going through a moment in your life where you really had to build resilience because the people around you that were the closest to you, they either just didn't see your vision, they didn't support you, they maybe mocked you. It's one of those things that is real common with people where they'll just be talked down or talked, to play small. What would you say to that person that is surrounded by people that just want to make them small?
Don't listen. When something's placed into your heart, no one else can hear that voice. No one else feels it. So they don't understand the passion that's dropped into you. So when they tell you you're not good enough for that, what makes you think you can be whatever? Your voice isn't that great. Those kind of things. I heard a lot of that. Or, what, you're going to write a book? Yeah, right. You can barely get your speeches out. I don't like writing my speeches, but I can speak them. So when I first said I wanted to write a book, they went, yeah, right. I've been writing a book for 20 years and it's still not out. And I remember thinking, well, that's you. It's not me. So when someone's hearing things that are negative and pushing you down, I see that actually as like inner voices. Those inner critics in your head, they're not holding you back. They're challenging you. They're making you say, "Oh yeah, I'll show you." That's what those voices are. You just happen to have them externally. So take them as a challenge. Go out and do it. And if you fall on your face, what are you going to do? Get up, right? You'll learn from that fall. But if you never try, you're going to go to your deathbed doing, oh, I wonder if. I don't want to be that person,
Mm.
ever.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Try to just go for it. That's
Yep.
one of the most important things I've learned is you have to go for it because you don't know if you're going to succeed and you don't know what's going to happen. It might lead
And
you somewhere else that you didn't really expect.
my entire career, my entire career was, you can't do that. Oh, well, a lot of you don't know this. I have a brain injury, and I obtained a traumatic brain injury in 2014. And I believed what everyone told me. You have a brain injury. I'm missing my frontal lobe over my left ear, the back of my head, my two hemispheres disconnected. You're not going to be able to speak probably for. If you're lucky, you might get a few sentences out to communicate. Walking may be a little challenging because your brain isn't talking to itself. So that's why you keep falling. If I listened to all that, I would still be sitting on my couch in my living room being fed pills, wishing and wanting. And what I did instead was, I can't? We'll see what I can do. Okay, I can't get a word out. I remember my husband told me I wanted to say water, and I would say cylinder. And I couldn't find a word for water. I could see it in my head, but I couldn't get it out. And one day I said, I'd like some water, please. And my husband went, what? That was a full sentence. You sang it. Sing again. I'm hungry. So a different part of my brain was on, but my speech was off. And so when they were telling me you couldn't talk, I found another way. And so I sang until my speech pattern picked up again. And I went to a lot of therapy to relearn how to do a lot of things. But if I listened to that first no, I wouldn't be the woman I am today. And so what I've learned is all those no's are, in my mind, go try it. Go do it.
Like a little motivation. It's
Yeah,
like
it's my motivator.
it's like a little filter to be like, oh, I just heard another no. Filtered through to be like, yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Every time I see a no, I hear a no or see a no, it's almost like that's the way you're supposed to go.
Yeah, I agree.
Do
I love when people try to come at me in a negative way because it's just like, oh, okay, challenge accepted.
exactly. Yeah, life is beautiful.
So when you're faced with these many adversities that you've had to face, what would you say kept you grounded the most in these moments where you were like, oh, holy cow, this is the next chaos I have to deal with?
I'm in one right now, actually. What keeps me grounded is I know people hate the saying, but everything does happen for a reason. It's a lesson, it's something. And we may not see it in our lifetime. And so I've internalized that one, God's got a plan. Two, I don't need to know the entire plan. Three, in the long run, it's for the most good. That's what gets me up.
I love it.
And yeah, so I've told people, if I drop dead tomorrow, I know I walked in purpose and I did whatever I was in my capability to do. And if I don't make it to the end of the line that I think I want to go to, then it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I feel that if I look back on all the moments of where I was like, why did this happen? Why do I have to go through that? And then I realize afterwards, it's like everything is building to put you in the position where you need to be. So you have to look at it like it's all part of the plan,
It
including the suffering and the pain.
All the pain, all the pain. I'm telling you, I didn't walk or talk for 2.5 years. I mean, I was falling all the time and forgetting where I was. And I still have to deal with that sometimes when I'm tired. And then with the breast cancer, oh my gosh, you have a death sentence. Oh, you've got to change everything you're doing. Oh, they're going to cut off your breast. All these horrible things. I mean, I went through 9 surgeries total. And you would think every time they would cut me open, I would think, enough. But I didn't. I went, okay, I learned that. Okay, I know that. Okay, what's next? And I think by having a belief system that there's more than me is a very powerful thing to live with, because then you know all these bad things are terrible. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. Please stop. Please stop. Or my line to God is, okay, enough tests. I'm tired of the tests and the lessons, please. But I've become this other person. If you knew me, Micah, before my car accident, I was a scared, timid forest creature. I mean, I was always afraid of what was next. And now, well, you follow me. I boldly go where no one's gone before. And it's because I know, one, someone's got my back. And two, there's a reason. I just keep going.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I ask the same thing. It's like, okay, here's another one. When do I get to rest? It's like, no, not yet. Okay, all right,
Can
keep
someone
going.
else take the test for me, please?
Is this the last one? It's like, no, no, it's
Never
not.
ask that question. Never.
I love it. I love it. And I agree. I agree. I feel like faith is one of the most powerful tools that you can have in your pocket to be like, what do I do? How do
Yeah.
I get up? How do I get out of bed and keep going? It's like, well, you got to pause and remember that you're not alone.
Yeah. It's huge. Huge.
So when you're, I guess you could say, betting on yourself, what would be the biggest lesson you've learned when it comes to just listening to your own intuition on the direction to go and not really taking any concern with your environment either slandering you or betraying you or telling you to stop or anything really?
My biggest lesson I've learned from all that,
Yeah.
everything that's popped into my head where people thought I was crazy for doing it or wanting to do it has worked. Everything. Honestly, the things I'm afraid of are the ones that work. So, my advice with that is if you're scared and that intuition says just do it, and you do it, you'll be really surprised about the things you can actually accomplish that your brain says you can't, but you can.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I often think about that for myself is a lot of thoughts coming and sometimes they're negative. So it's like trying to talk you out of your own beliefs, your own goals. And it's like you can just kind of pause and breathe a little bit, slow down and listen to the intuition of why why do you want to go that direction? What is pulling you? It's not really of this world. It's something else pulling you in that direction for a reason. And all them thoughts are somebody else's voice coming into your head, trying to
Yeah.
stop you.
Well, and you've got to think the idea would not have come into your head unless you weren't meant to do it. You were meant to do it. That's why it came in. So do it. Find your own way. It may not end up the way you expected it to end up, but it's your way of doing whatever that calling is for.
Yeah, your purpose. That's probably another thing that we need to kind of focus on is why is it important? Why is your purpose important to you? And how others kind of project their own ideas on how you should walk your purpose and how you should listen. There's no reason to listen. So if you could give some advice to somebody struggling with this idea of they're wanting to walk their purpose, but they're facing so much adversity in their environment. They're being slandered or they're being talked down or mocked. Why don't you tell this young person that's coming up, trying to just walk their path?
Thank the universe for showing the people around you who don't belong in your world.
Beautiful.
That's what I was doing. Thank you so much. Someone would say something, I do, thank you. I'll never speak to you again. Blah, 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 blah. Well, thank me. I was really thanking God for showing me the people who really weren't there for me.
Yeah.
And my circle got very, very small and very, very tight. And thank you, because I was wasting so much energy on other people and their mission and purpose and what they wanted, and whatever I wanted was bad because it wasn't in line with theirs. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm not living this life for them. I'm living this life for me. And that my purpose is to give back so much love that other people, like you, will find their purpose and live unapologetically into it. That's my purpose. So, however way it shows up, and how many people say don't do whatever you're doing, I do. Thank you, bye bye. Thank you, bye bye. And I'm really nice about it. Bye bye. Bye bye. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Release them with love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel when somebody shows you that they're for you, that's just a gift. It's like, well, you didn't waste your time with them.
Yeah.
No, you didn't bring them along to kind of keep planting seeds of doubt in your life.
Yeah. Thank you for not wearing that sheep's clothing anymore. I
Yeah,
appreciate you.
yes, I appreciate that. Thank you. I agree. I agree. So I feel like a lot of things that I've learned from you is one of them would definitely be resilience, and that is just keep going. It doesn't matter what the problem is. It doesn't matter what you have to face. Just get up and keep going, and do it with a smile because it's all good.
Yeah.
Everything is good.
And sometimes it's a grimace. It's like, oh, I'm in so much pain, but I'm gonna keep getting up. I'll do it. I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Especially when we think back about, or at least try to expand our conscious mind to how much suffering is going on in the world and how blessed we are in our position to have this moment of suffering and
Yeah.
to not look at it like, woe is me, victim mindset. It's like a gift from God to be like, here, this is a position of authority I'm giving you for the rest of the people that are around you and you come in contact with. So
Exactly.
I, I, I always think back about this in my lowest moments. So I always wanted to just reach out and share appreciation for people that inspire me to keep going. And you are definitely one of them. You and your husband, because the story that you've told me, oh my gosh, it sticks with me because it's like you two are like, for me and my perspective, are like the pinnacle of a couple. Uh, what you want to strive for is that support and love. And I'm sure I have my limited perspective on you too, but it's one of those things that I always think about because it's like when you have a moment of adversity and uncertainty and tragedy, the only thing you have is family and unity. That's it, love and family. Like if you don't have that in a moment of tragedy and heartache, then everything falls apart.
Yeah. And I think one of my biggest bonuses is Michael loves me so much, and he stayed with me through all of this adversity. And I learned to love myself by looking through his eyes. Because there were times when I absolutely despised who I was and what I was going to be, or what everything about me. And I remember sitting him down one day and saying, "Why do you stay? I mean, I'm broken. I'm broken. I'm messed up. I'm a little crazy. Why are you here?" And he said, "I love you for everything." And he met me when I was 14. And he said, "The woman you are today is the woman I saw at 14. Through all your brokenness, I always saw this woman." He says, "And now you're her. I was here to support you through it all because I knew she was waiting to come out." And I I'm very blessed to have him as my anchor. And I'm so, so amazingly blessed that he found me before I was broken, then was there through all my brokenness, and is still here. I mean, he is the biggest gift I was ever given, and I did not recognize it. I just thought, yeah, he's a man who loves me. until I went through all the brain injury, the breast cancer, the strokes, and all this stuff. And he was just always there. And so he taught me to love me. Now, that's the power, Micah, is you must love yourself enough to want to get up. Now, when I didn't love myself enough to get up, I borrowed his belief in me and his love for me to get up for him and our children,
Mm.
and then me. And now I've been able to mesh it all into one. So, yes, learn to love yourself. So find the person who loves you and look at yourself through their eyes and realize you are worthy of love, because this amazing person that you think is awesome, that you love, loves you. When you think about it that way, it's like, whoa, I think he's amazing and he loves me. Oh my gosh, I can't be too shabby. I'll start finding things about myself that he loves and see it too. He saved my life. He doesn't know it, but he saved my life.
Yeah. Power of love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Especially when you don't feel or you don't see yourself that way. And you just need somebody to be there to show you the truth.
Well, and you have to be willing to see through their eyes.
Yeah.
I
Trust
remember
him.
that was the hardest lesson for me, to see myself through him. And I remember sitting in a meditate. I was meditating and trying to see through his eyes, and I broke down crying because what he saw, I did not see. And she was such an amazing, wonderful lady, and I'm like, I don't see that. But I kept looking through his eyes until I saw her, and now I am.
Yeah. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful when you can find somebody like that, or God kind of throws a person in your path to be like, this is somebody that's going to be like an angel for you.
Yeah. Now that's the other thing. You better recognize it.
You're
See,
right.
that's the other part about me. I hated myself so much that when his love came towards me, I rejected him. And I said, "No, no, you're my friend. You're just going to stay my friend. I can't marry you. And yeah, I know you love me, but I'm not good enough for you." And he was patient enough to convince me to marry him, that he will always be there for me. He will never hurt me and he will always protect me. And I went, "Okay, but don't ever hurt me. You promised me you won't hurt me." He goes, "I'll never hurt you." And so a lot of times an angel comes into your life, and because of your self-worth, you push them away. I want you, those of you watching and listening right now, to understand that sometimes you're not going to get a light from above. You're going to get a person with a gentle soul that comes to you. You need to be able to let them in. You got to recognize the wolves, but you need to recognize the ones who truly are good and there for you.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not be scared of it.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that usually gets you is, oh, you're met with such gentle love, and you're like, oh, is this kind of like a trick? You know,
Yeah.
is this somebody who's really good at tricking people? It's like,
I,
no.
now, I was told early in our relationship, "Oh, you and Michael, you're not really married. You don't have a real marriage." And I said, "Why?" They do, "Because you don't fight." And I went, "Huh?"
Yeah.
Well, if it was real love, you'd be fighting. I don't get that. I don't get that. And so I'm glad I did listen to those voices and those people, because we don't fight.
I love that. Yeah, you don't have to fight. That's the beautiful thing, especially when you're with somebody that is gentle. And I agree. When you can ignore the peanut gallery, so to speak,
Yeah.
and just appreciate what you have instead of it not fitting the societal standard of what is, it's like, no, you don't have to fight and get all wild to have communication. You can have, gentle conversation and understanding.
Yeah, we're not talking to make the other one be wrong. It's for a mutual understanding. Where are you coming from? Okay, this is where I'm coming from. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And that's it. That quick.
Especially when it's just communication and it's speaking two languages, two journeys, trying to communicate to each other. And
Yeah.
I can imagine, a lot of people have their hang-ups with communication and their struggles or their bias, and it's like if they can get past that and just realize you're talking to a person that has a totally different perspective on the world, and you're just trying to communicate it.
Yeah, it's all perspective. And the other thing we have to be careful about, because I was guilty of it, I would bring up my past and expect him to react like people in my past. And that's not him. And he was smart enough and gentle enough to do, wait a minute, who are you reflecting onto me right now? And I do, oh, and he would catch me. Yeah, good guy.
Yeah, yeah. And I could feel that just from watching you two and listening about your stories. I could feel it. I could imagine it. And it's just one of those things that I kind of had a feeling of a kindred spirit through Michael just by listening to your stories and paying attention. And so I can appreciate that. I appreciate the gentleness, especially when it's met with gentleness. It's one of those things that you have to give it to take it or receive it.
Yes, you have to be willing.
Yeah. So thank you again. Thank you for everything. I appreciate your time. And I appreciate all of the inspiration that you've given me in these past 2 years because there's a lot of uh, loneliness on the path when you walk, and especially when you're just starting out. You have to really find yourself by yourself. So you have to find inspiration through others and their adversity and their resilience. So again, I just wanted to say thank you to both of you uh, and your inspiration.
Our pleasure.
So if you have any advice or closing remarks you'd like to share with anybody that's listening, please go ahead.
I wrote a quote when I was in my brain injury time period, and I love to say it because I don't know what about it, but it really kept me going. Change is an emotional journey. It's not rainbows and butterflies in a field of daisies. Change is uncomfortable. It forces you to evaluate who you are. But the beauty is in the possibilities.
Hmm, beautiful. I love it. Yes, it is. The beauty is in the possibilities. I absolutely agree. Hmm. Well, thank you again, and I appreciate it. I appreciate your time, and I would love to see what the future holds, but it's uncertain. It's all just up in the air. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah. And it's exciting. Just
Yeah,
wait.
that's what makes it so much fun. This has been Pushed with Love with Dr. Michelle Mras. Thank you again.
Thank
Please remember
you.
to like and subscribe. Until next time.